I think you should have to pass a test before you can vote. And I think you should be able to take that test as many times as possible until you get it right. But until you know some stuff about what you're pulling that lever for, I'm not necessarily sure you should be allowed to pull said lever. And I find myself in a weird position of, look, some of the things that folks like Fox News stand for. There are core American values buried in there somewhere, but it's basically the whole thing. Whenever I see the Fox News folks, I'm just like, wow, you look so comfortable sitting there in that chair, despite the fact that Rupert Murdoch is elbow deep in you because you're nothing more than his glove puppet and it has nothing to do with news or America or anything of any. It's just the most flirtatious relationship with the truth. But you know how Fox News likes to say absolutely wild and crazy things for the sake of ratings? Someone at Fox News, a former underwear model, because, you know, that's who they employ to, I guess if you're going to be Rupert Murdoch's glove puppet, if you're a former underwear model, that's a lot more fun for old Rupert. But I found myself agreeing with one of the most radical, crazy things I've ever heard come out of Fox News ever. And it has to do with being allowed to vote and having the right to vote. And we'll get into that shortly after we discuss the events of today in our segment, My Witness News. No way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. Funkhauser. Well, first and foremost, you're going to try and go on this game show where it's like the newlywed game for people that aren't actually wed, right?
Yeah, I think so. They were looking for like people that just live together, and you're supposed to. I didn't really read the things, all of the details yet, but I have like a 7-page thing I have to fill out about me and my significant other, and we're going to compete for money.
You're definitely going on it?
Well, I mean, maybe. Not definitely, yeah, I haven't heard back, but I got the whole you're in round 2 email.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're, okay, because I was like, filling out 7 pages when you don't even know, but if you're in round 2 of the selection process, I guess the 7 pages might be understandable. Well, good luck with that. You only lived with your girlfriend for a week, though. How do you think you're going to do?
Well, you know, you're guaranteed like $1,000 whether or not you are down to, like, win the thing. So we'll see. Let's see if I can become like the Ken Jennings of whatever this TV show is.
You're a Los Angeles kid or a Los Angeles area kid, and like what's interesting is all my friends that are actually from Los Angeles or the Los Angeles area or have been there for any length of time, everybody's been like in a game show or in the audience of some. Everybody has some experience similar to this one, even if they're not a broadcaster like you, where they've been on, you know, like I went to a taping of this and, you know, somebody threw a chair at me or something like that. Everybody in Los Angeles has one of these stories. It's a very interesting sort of dynamic that exists in the Los Angeles area because, you know, they need somebody to be on these shows. They need somebody to fill the seats in the audiences. And, well, you're just going to get local. So it's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, just about every day I see one of those little yellow signs with the black text, the code word, and the arrow. Like they're going to like film some part of a sitcom, and every day I see one of those things. So I might as well throw my hat in the ring and see if I can spin the wheel of fabulous prizes. If I know the color of my significant other's, undergarments. I don't know what they're going to ask me, but we'll see. Should be fun.
You'll have to coach each other. Like, all right, we're both going commando, so we know what we're wearing or not wearing with regard to undergarments. What else? What's going on in the world of news?
Well, Khloe Kardashian reportedly wants to reunite with Lamar Odom.
Right, unless she magically unless she magically transforms herself into a giant crack pipe, though. I'm guessing he's probably not all that interested. What else?
Stacey Dash recently declared minorities feel, quote, worthless and uneducated under President Obama.
And, you know,
who's Stacey
Dash? Well, she once guest starred on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so we'd be insane not to listen to her. Go on.
After losing in an online vote, Frito-Lay will no longer make a cappuccino-flavored potato chip.
Yeah. I saw that particular headline. I was like, after losing in an online vote, Frito-Lay will no longer make a cappuccino-flavored potato chip. And I was like, that is probably officially the single most difficult sentence for an American to try to explain to a Sudanese refugee. It's like, you're doing what? With what? You can connect to, and this is how you resources? Okay, go on.
Airline stocks have taken a major loss on Wall Street since Ebola.
Yeah. Especially hard hit especially hard hit Air Ebola. That was stupid. Go on.
You can't win them all.
But the funny's growing. It was just so... anyways, go on.
Wyoming legalized gay marriage.
Right. So, if you're gay and living in Wyoming, well, why? Like, why would you do that? Speaking of gay cowboys, Dallas cut Michael Sam the other day. Go on. Skip to the piece of news about the pandas. I found this to be fascinating.
Okay. Scientists have learned that pandas spend their free time masturbating.
Guess that makes me part panda. Me and the pandas. Never would have known. I relate to them on so many more levels. It's not just their kind eyes. It's the part that they like to fap it furiously when they have a little bit of downtime. Anything else we can do super quick?
Anne Hathaway cut off her hair?
Yeah, I think it's more a case of her hair chose to no longer be associated with Anne Hathaway because she's so freaking annoying. Either way, new hairstyle.
Boy, you should talk a bunch, but then I've got a hunch that if I step to you, you back right down, can't see it through your snitch, and you're like Kool-Aid, you're just 10%.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Jimmy Page to discuss what immediately followed the disbanding of the Yardbirds.
Well, the Yardbirds actually folded in July of '68. We are actually recording in October. I say we, the Led Zeppelin. I'm not Robert, are recording September, right at the end of September. So in between that time, from the end of July, I'm searching for a singer, and I'm looking for Terry Reid. And if you hear any of the Terry Reid stuff, you know exactly what way I was sort of going. Unfortunately, by the time he was located, he'd already signed a solo deal, so he was sort of out of the equation. I went to see Robert, and I invited him to come to my house to go through material. And at the time, it was under this sort of cloak of invisibility almost of the new Yardbirds.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Jimmy Page and all your favorite artists.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with the neighborhood, talking about how they came to embrace black and white.
The black and white thing first came about, there wasn't too much depth to it. It was more so just like, all right, yeah, we're putting out a song and a video and a band name, and they're putting out a package, right? So to complete the package, I think that there should be colors to go along with it. So like, I thought about what's going to make people want us or remember us.
Or make us stand out.
At first, it was just like, yo, what do you guys think about black and white? Do you think that's cool? And everybody's like, dude, that's really cool.
It fit.
No matter what we do, like, this is how this is going to be.
It's always kind of been a no-brainer. We want our aesthetics to match our sound.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more of the neighborhood and all your favorite artists.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time.
So, let's finish up the news real quick, Funkhauser, and then we'll get to the strange convergence of circumstances that have led to me agreeing viciously, and I do mean viciously, with a former underwear model that is now a Fox News correspondent. Go on.
Female?
Yeah.
Just
remarkably easy on the eyes.
Just for the mental reference.
Yeah, just for the mental reference. Like I said, if you're going to be Rupert Murdoch's glove puppet, if you're going to be, if old Murdoch is going to be elbow deep in you, then he probably wants the occasional attractive person to be elbow deep in as he does what he does to his personal glove puppets. That's enough of the glove puppet analogy. Let's talk about more savory things like Nicki Minaj.
Well, yeah, Nicki Minaj made her boyfriend get rid of his Nicki Minaj tattoos.
Yeah, see? Even Nicki Minaj is sick of Nicki Minaj. What else?
Kate Hudson once caught Matthew McConaughey naked and howling in the woods.
I mean, anyone else, that would be noteworthy, but big freaking deal.
All right.
When is this guy not like that? That's probably how he was probably doing his taxes at the time. Go on.
Queen Elizabeth made Angelina Jolie an honorary Dame Commander. What is that?
Yes. It's basically the first time Angelina Jolie has left a foreign country with something other than a child, is what it is. It's sort of, she's now officially part of British nobility. Did you have that thing about Matthew McConaughey and the Redskins?
Yeah. He said he didn't want the Washington Redskins to change their name.
Yeah, no, he said he's connected to the name Washington Redskins. He hopes that he hopes that they don't change their name, which is nice, Matthew. But when it comes to the complex ramifications of the potential for denigration of an indigenous people through the subtleties of the American take on the English language and their effects on the fabric of our society with relation to where we're at in the year 2014, personally, I'm not ready to decide until I hear from Jake Gyllenhaal. What else?
Alfonso Ribeiro, Carlton.
Carlton.
He hurt his groin during the Carlton dance on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, doctors are calling it the first groin injury ever caused by shameless pandering. Although that justified the whole series right there. I've never watched a single episode of Dancing with the Stars, but when I heard Carlton had broken out the Carlton dance, I rushed straight to the interwebs to see it, and it was just as glorious as it was supposed to have been. I now look at that show in a completely different light. What else?
I went to one of those tapings.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's much tinier than it looks on TV.
Yeah, everything looks... You know, the whole being an actor thing, I don't really see it as much of an art. Like, not really. Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those guys like, oh, they're such a great actor. I could watch them in anything. I just it's a job. Do your job. And I've never tried to act, and I have no interest in acting, but when I see it, it doesn't look that hard to me. And I'm sure it's an oversimplification of it. But when I see shots of, like, television sets, like when you see what it looks like to be at a taping of Friends, or when you see what it looks like to be at a taping of Seinfeld, when they show how it's pulled out from, it really just... It's amazing that they can manage to put themselves in that moment, because really it's just sort of like the most obviously fake set, tiny, like no relation to real life. And the fact that they can focus on it and not constantly be like looking at the audience and stuff like that, it must take a much larger degree of mental focus than I give credit to actors. It must take a much larger degree of mental focus to act than I give actors credit for having. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of high school theater classes, probably.
Yeah.
And wedgies.
Right, yeah. Swirlies. Go on.
Alice Cooper says he wants to die on stage.
Yeah. Just not the way Carrot Top does each night. Have you ever seen Carrot Top? Is he funny? I actually don't know how he became comedy's punching bag. I mean, all the strange plastic surgery and the HGH and stuff like that, but he was like he was a punching bag for the rest of the comedy world long before that. You know, people like, he was a punchline to so many people's jokes. And I've seen some of his stuff, and it just didn't amuse me at all. I didn't think it was funny, and I don't know. I think you can be funny and be a prop comic. I've never looked into it that much, but I don't know. Bottom line is, like, he does really well for himself. He sells out, and I'm just, playing the game. Like, I used him as a punchline to a joke as well. Probably not even very good one. Probably not even a very good one. But Carrot Top, like, has a fantastic career. I don't know how. Are people jealous of that career because he went to Vegas and just, does the same shtick every single night? Is that it? Like,
I don't know. He's got a big ranch out there.
How did he become such a running gag?
I don't know.